It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Well, Wilson going to change things up here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. It was just third down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the third play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Taken down at the 30.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been on the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Staying on his feet. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Steps away. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To the right side, this is Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this one is right through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball, moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The Chiefs at 10-1 now on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
George Pickens,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
A give for Taylor, running right side.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They go play action with Wilson.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
43. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Yellow. Yellow.
The tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Now it's Wilson.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Broncos have cut it back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. Robinson up the middle.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Yellow. Yellow. Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for KC. And even 60 yards.
They'll run with Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it's caught.
And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Yellow. 15. Hey, rip lift. Nice hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On the handoff, Taylor. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a give to Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it will bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Drew Sanders able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Yellow. Hey, 57, 57. Hero 15.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier.
Hey, Ripley.
Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, 43. Right side.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And this one is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
94 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one, because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh no. Looked like they had that one set up well on 3rd down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Last time out, Charles, they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but the defense held strong, and they hold on to this slim lead.
And how about as the defense ran off the field, how about the greeting they got from their teammates on the sideline? They kept that narrow lead by their nice play. Now, let's pay it off for them, right? Punch it in on this drive, take that lead back up to 2 possessions. That would be a nice little thank you gift to them.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Hey, 43, 15. Right side.
Back to throw.
Here's a ball deep for Musgrave. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is third down and 12. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And still fighting. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel. And
he's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jamar Chase. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 9.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Easy.
Mahomes now to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And that ball popped free. We could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. They run once more with Taylor.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Wilson.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
43! 43! Yellow!
Mahomes.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Oh, what a play there. You got to use that timeout, though.
Here's 1st down.
Yellow! Hey, 57 colors. Return!
Here's Mahomes.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. We've seen some long field goals to win games, and they've got to give their kicker a chance here.
Yellow! 15!
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This a long one from 54. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.